First and foremost, I want to give call, law Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's all praise to the Most High God, and name His only begotten Son. It's your brother, touch upon you by Yahweh, coming back at you through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Just want to make another point dealing with Genesis 49 and 13. Something that I didn't go into in my last video concerning Zebulon and his dwelling places, right? I basically went into the breakdown of how Zebulon's modern day, the lands they inhabited, modern day, which is basically islands, basically in Central America, right? From Panama to Guatemala, and the places in between there like Honduras, El Salvador, and all those other places, Costa Rica, things like that. I didn't really touch on the "and his border shall be unto Zidon," right? And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I ran into a brother that doesn't subscribe to the 12 tribe chart, and he tried to say that his border shall be under Zidon is basically talking about ancient Israel, and within ancient Israel, Zebulon's land allotment. Basically, he was saying that the Zidonians lived on the sides of Zebulon, which that's not true. Because like I showed on my last video, matter of fact, let me just pull the map up. Let me pull this map up right quick. Okay, not that. Wait a minute. Okay, let me go up. Slovakia. Wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, boom. Here goes a depiction of our ancient land. You see all 12 tribes. Well, you can't really see all 12 of them, but because it kind of cuts off. But all you really need to focus on is Zebulon and Issachar, right? On neither side of Zebulon do you see Tyre or Zidon, okay? His borders in ancient Israel are nowhere near Tyre and Zidon. To even get to Tyre and Zidon's territory, you have to go through Asher, man. You know, if anybody's living in close proximity to Tyre and Zidon, it's the Asherites, right? Okay, but as you can clearly see, you can read Zebulon right there. Issachar is right next to him. On neither side of Zebulon do you see Tyrenians or Zidonians dwelling among them. Okay. Now, you know what we see, what we do see in Central America, where Zebulon dwells now in modern times, right? We see Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, and what is surrounding these places, man? The Caribbean Sea, the Pacific Ocean on each side, right? So let's go into the definition of this word flank, right? Flank, right? Flank, third person, present flanks, present tense flanked, past participle flanked, gerund or present participle flanking. Be on each or on one side of, right? Edge, bound, line, border, fringe, skirt. So let's go back. Matter of fact, let me bring out the scripture, right? Genesis 49:13. Zebulon shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border or his flank shall be unto Zidon. Border, flank basically means the same thing, right? His border shall be under Zidon. Now, let's look back at that. Look back at this map. As we can see, All these places where Zebulon dwells in Central America, from Panama on up to Guatemala, what they all have in common is on each side, you have large bodies of water. On one side of where they dwell, you have the Caribbean Sea. On the other side of where they dwell, you have the Pacific Ocean. So not only does the haven of ships and he shall dwell at the haven of the sea back up our point that this is talking about the Panama Canal and where Zebulon dwells in modern day times, we also have, that word Zidon, which, yes, it is the name of a Canaanite, right? And those people, but where did those people dwell when they came to America, man? They dwelled in the marshlands of Mexico, which I'm going to do a video on that. They dwelled in the marshlands of Mexico, right? And what is Mexico right on the side of? Guatemala, man. Guatemala. You can only say that some stinking ass Hamites was dwelling next to Zebulon, where? In modern day times, in America, okay? Central America. This is not talking about ancient Israel, because like I've shown before, let me just do it one more time for edification's sake. There's no way in hell that Tyree or Zidon is sitting on either side of Zebulon. Okay? It's just not happening in ancient Israel. It's just not happening. Okay? Now, last but not least, let's go into this word Zidon, right? And his sides, his borders, his flanks shall be unto Zidon, right? This whole verse is dealing with Zebulon and where they will dwell in the last days, right? So let's look up this word. We got shall be unto Zidon. Boom. Zidon, hunting, ancient Phoenician city on the Mediterranean coast north of Tyre, which we already disproved that it can't be talking about the ancient Phoenician city, because the ancient Phoenician city is not sitting on the side of ancient Zebulon's land. From H6679, in the sense of catching fish. In the sense of catching fish. Fishery. Right? This is what the word Zidon means. In the sense of catching fish. Where do you catch fish? In the ocean and in the sea. Right? And let me just pull this back up one more time. Boom. And what do we see on each side of where all these lands where Zebulon dwells? The Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. So, I just wanted to go into that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh for further edification. Because, brothers be bugging out, especially brothers that don't subscribe to the 12 tribes chart. But through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Salakia, time and time again, nobody can refute the chart. The things that we bring out, they can't bring out. And the things that they can't explain, we explain them. And we're concise and straight to the point, man. And there's really no getting around it. Nobody has provided a valuable antithesis yet. And they're not going to be able to, man. So get your studies up. Don't get confounded when you see certain things. Learn how to go into the etymology of these words. It'll make you sharper. It'll make your study skills better. Learn how to look things up. And, if something just don't make sense, you probably just got to abandon it. Don't make an ass out of yourself, and hold on to that pride and basically try to, fit your narrative into the scriptures, man. It's not going to work that way. It never does. But with that, I want to say, call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh and Shalom.